Okay, landscapers, you understand the importance of being found in this coveted map section, right? Because this map section will tend to drive a lot of calls and they're high quality calls. Part of you being found in this map section right here is your ability to generate really good reviews for your business. And in this video, I want to share with you a system that I go through to try and accumulate as many reviews as I can, but how to respond to those reviews, both the positive and the negatives, the reason why it's important. And I want to also share with you a couple of tools that I use to make all of this happen. Okay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is George Poveda, and I run Hardscaper Hub, which is an agency that specializes in helping generate more exclusive leads specifically for hardscapers and landscapers. And again, in this video, I want to share with you how to improve your review generation system. Okay, so as you can see here, if I do a search for a landscaper in Denver, all right, we've got some businesses here that have a decent amount of reviews, right? I mean, this first one has 132. This one's got 27, which is not too bad, and then 110 reviews. Now, reviews are not the end all be all, okay? They are not everything. In fact, I don't even think that they are a major ranking factor, but they are an indirect ranking factor, meaning what Google is looking for is how are people engaging with your listing? Okay. Are they staying on your website and looking at all the videos that you have, the videos, the images, the videos? Are they reading the reviews that you have? How are they interacting and engaging with your listing? Because the more and the better that they do that, then the better that your rankings are going to improve. And if they're not engaging with your listing, then your rankings are probably going to decrease. Okay. And part of improving that engagement rate is by having more reviews. So I actually put together this sheet right here that kind of walks you through what I'm going to talk about in this video. So setting up alerts for your new reviews. You do get emails when you get a new review that'll come from your Google Map listing, and it'll go straight to obviously the email that you have listed on your profile. And it'll let you know, hey, so and so, recently left you a review, and it'll give you the number of reviews that they left you in terms of the review count or star count. And so that'll give you an opportunity to, go back into your listing and leave a response to their review. You definitely want to create a response for that review within 24 hours. The sooner that you can do that, the better. Again, it just tells Google that you're really active and that you care about your listing and the performance of your listing. Okay. There are some tools that I use to help me track reviews. Specifically, one that I use is called Lead Snap. Okay. And you can see right here, I've got a few reviews. Actually, a couple of reviews that for this client I need to respond to. And so all I would do is I would click on this button right here and hit reply, and then I'm able to reply to this review right through that platform. This just helps me do a couple of things, from posting on my platform to replies, to reviews, to uploading images and videos and things like that. So a platform like this certainly helps. It helps to just kind of streamline the process, and it does things a lot quicker. So you can do that. You want to personalize responses as well. And so what I mean by that is, we've got this SOP that we use, okay? And it's our SOP for Google response, Google reviews responses. And essentially what it is doing is it says, hi, customer name. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your experience with us. We're thrilled to hear that you enjoyed whatever service it is that they mentioned on their review. Okay. And then you want to leave some kind of a personalized note about your interaction with that client, or, how their, landscape turned out. Your support means a lot to our local business, and we look forward to serving you again soon. Okay. So this is a quick template that you can use. You can also use this template for a neutral review, right? So again, it kind of says the same thing. Hello, customer name. Thank you for sharing your feedback with us. We appreciate you taking the time to let us know about your experience. We're always working to improve our whatever that service was, and your insights help us do that. If you have any specific suggestions, so on and so forth, on how we could enhance your experience next time, please feel free to contact us directly and then your phone number or email. But then the more important one is the negative reviews, right? This template says, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We're sorry to hear that your experience with us didn't meet your expectations. We take all feedback seriously and would like to learn more about what happened so we can make things right. Could you please contact us at phone number, email, so we can address your concerns personally? We value your business and are committed to providing the best possible experience for all of our customers. So even though you may have gotten a bad review, first of all, customers understand that you can't, it's unlikely that you are going to please every single customer at 100%, right? That everybody understands that there are two sides to a story. And, me as somebody who like just somebody who is maybe in the market for landscaping services, right? If I were to see that there is a listing with a negative review but no response, right? That is much, much worse than another business who has a negative review but responds immediately and says, we want to make this right. What could we have done? It shows that they're interested in their business, and they're interested in, you know, in creating positive experiences for all of their customers. Okay. I understand as a personal consumer that you're unlikely as a business to make every single interaction at 100% customer service oriented. And so I would really, really like to see that type of response from a business owner. That would make me feel really good, and it would increase my chances of doing business with that business owner, even though again they've got a negative review, right? And so, incorporating keywords naturally in the responses will also help you out. So if somebody says, you built this retaining wall for me and it looks amazing, well, then in my response, I'm also going to say, thank you. That means a ton. We love building retaining walls. And, if you need help with retaining walls in the future, whatever, reach back out to us and we'll be glad to service that. Okay. Using positive reviews to highlight services. Again, it kind of goes into this incorporating keywords. The herd method, right? So here, empathize, apologize, and resolve, diagnose when you get a negative review. So hear them out, empathize, say, we're sorry to hear about your recent experience. Again, apologize. And we'd really like to come to some type of resolution. And then, you want to diagnose what caused that issue in the first place so that you can try and prevent those issues from happening again in the future, right? Move and also encourage them to move conversations offline as quickly as possible. You don't want to air out all of your dirty laundry online. And plus, I think it's easier to have a meaningful conversation offline on the phone anyways. So follow-up strategies after resolution. I mean, that one is pretty straightforward. And when and how to request reviews, review updates. So generally, as soon as you finish with a customer, right, and you're completely done with your services, that's a perfect time to request a review. And I actually have a system that I want to share with you guys. So this is a postcard that I generally share with all of my clients. I laminate it for them, and this is something that you can share with all of your clients, right? In this particular case, it's for this client right here. But essentially, we just put in your logo right here and a specific QR code that then, when they scan it with their camera phone, it takes them directly to your Google Business Profile review link, okay? Where they can just leave hopefully a 5-star review for you. And, you can say something to the effect of, hey, we're a local business. We really value your feedback and your input. And, if you could just take a few minutes to leave, an honest response of, your interaction with our company and really what you thought overall. We would really value that. And so using a tool like this or a postcard like this is one way to just make it very easy and streamlined. The back of this says something very similar. It says review us on Google. It's got your QR code right here. And again, your logo. So it can be something very, very simple like this, where you can just make it very, very streamlined, right? And so this would be, one of your review request systems, and using photo evidence to encourage detailed reviews. So always encourage someone to leave, along with their review, images of the final work that was done, or you could have before and after photos that they upload, right? And so that would be really, really impactful. And then I just shared with you this QR code strategy that I use with my clients. So, again, what you're really trying to do here is leave a way for other people to engage and interact with your listings. Because again, the longer that someone interacts and engages with your listing, the better the performance of your GPP will do. And how reviews impact your search rankings. Again, as I said, I don't think it's a direct ranking factor, but it definitely is an indirect ranking factor. Okay, if someone were searching for a landscaper in Denver and they see that, for example, again, if I go back to this this listing right here, okay, and someone sees that this first listing has 132 reviews and this one has 27, they are more likely going to click on this listing first than they would on this one, right? Something tells me that they would probably spend more time on this one, reading all of the reviews as well, versus this one, right? It's just, even if you do read all of the reviews, you are likely going to spend less time on this one. And that's just the reality of how it works. And so, again, you want to increase that dwell time. Keywords do lead to higher rankings, and you using review content in your marketing material, that also helps as well. So this is the way that me and my team, we help our clients with reviews. If you would like a copy of this review generation system, feel free to leave me a message below. I can send this over to you. If you would like a copy of this SOP that we have for, for responding to either positive, neutral, or negative reviews, you can leave me a message below as well, and I'd be happy to send that over to you. Hopefully this helped, and we'll be talking soon.